Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu.
It's more important than words can say. It's such an event, a unique event, 250 years, and unique for us, it being the oldest Ashkenazi synagogue still in regular use. That in itself makes it special. And what makes it even more special is the fact that it really does seem to have a spiritual feel when you go into it, almost as though the bricks, the windows, all that it entails, open its heart to the people who walk into it.
Well, today is very important from the point of view that it marks a spot in history. In the early 1740s, they came across from Germany and Holland, two families. They didn't know what to expect. They'd heard that Plymouth was a good place to come to, and they came and founded a community. And today marks the 250th anniversary of the fact that the community is still in existence.
I've been living in Plymouth since 1953, and I was delighted so many people could come, and they've come from all over the place. They came from Israel, London, Bournemouth, Manchester, Cornwall, and Ireland.
We regard those scrolls to be, in effect, they represent the presence of God in the synagogue. To be able to hold one of those scrolls, walking behind the chief rabbi 3 times around the synagogue, which itself has a significance, was quite something. Quite an emotional day.
To see that it worked and that it came together, and to stand up on the bima, on the central platform, and take that service and see the synagogue full was amazing. I mean, this is one of the days that I will never forget for as long as I live, you know?
And let us say, Amen.
So as we remember all those who founded this community, who built this synagogue, who served it or who worshipped in it over the generations, we say with an overflowing heart our thanks to the Almighty. Baruch Shechianu v'kiyamanu v'yigiyanu lazman hazeh. Thank you, God, for letting us live to see this day. Because in its peace and prosperity, you will find peace and prosperity. Those words, said 26 centuries ago, are the first ever statement of what it means to be a creative minority. Vasu mikdash, make for me a sanctuary, v'shachanti b'docha, and I will dwell in them. The Bible doesn't say I will dwell in it, but I will dwell in them, the people who built it and the people who worship it. And that, this synagogue was and still is a place where generation after generation Jews joined in their prayers with their brothers and sisters throughout the world and brought down to this small space on earth a fragment of the Shekhinah, of the divine presence.
The Romanian was the fire of Anita.
I occasionally walk into the synagogue to familiarize myself with it. It's a beautiful synagogue. I mean, many synagogues in Europe were destroyed by the Germans. Here, at least, you were hoping that God would direct the bombers to come some other direction rather than the synagogue. And I'm pleased to see it. It's wonderful.
My grandparents were married here a long time ago. The soldiers, there were a lot of soldiers around, and during the war, the bombs were flying. They were coming down, and if the soldiers used to say, "Where's the synagogue?" they used to say it's the only building standing.
After the war, people went away, and now we've come down to about 40 families.
We're still going, and we're determined to keep going and hand on to the next generation.
The Plymouth community has kept Jewish life going in and through that synagogue for so long, while the whole world has changed. The world, the Jewish world, everything has changed, and somehow that little eternal light, that wonderful Jewish continuity has kept going through the years. And it's very moving, very moving.
I love this synagogue. There is something about the atmosphere. You can go and sit there, and somehow or other, it's calming. The synagogue is smiling at this community.